Here with the all-time leading rusher in Cary's illustrious history and top 10 rusher of all time in North Carolina, Josh Adams. Josh, great to be with you. I know there's a lot of special memories being back at your high school.
Yeah, Jay, thanks for having me. It's an amazing experience. Just being able to come back to such a great place that has great, rich tradition, and be able to share that not only with my family, but up and coming. The new team here has been a very special privilege for me to be back this year.
I know you have a close relationship with Coach Tyrance, and many former players come back to support the program. What does the Cary football family mean to you, and what did it mean to you when you were playing?
Yeah, absolutely. Coach T has done a great job with this program. He's been able to allow me to come back and share some of those experiences that we've all had as players, especially coming through the Cary program. My mother was actually employed by Wake County, so she's always been a bus driver, or my aunt, or somebody in my family. So I've been enriched in this tradition since I've been a little kid, coming up through elementary, middle school, and high school. And to be able to come back and share that, it's been nothing but an honor for me.
Coach, every time we come over here, it just amazes me looking at the trophy cases, the Hall of Famers you have here with all your former players here at the school. What does it mean to you to be here at Cary and have a former legend and Josh Adams come back and support you in the program?
Well, just being the head coach here at Cary High School, I just know it's history. I know it's a blessing, a big opportunity. Just for me, being from Cary, I had a chance to watch him play 2 high school games and to see how packed Cary was, to watch him. It was always awesome when I became the head coach. He reached out and he's always been supportive. If someone has worn that jersey, if someone has been in those shoes, even if he looks similar to somebody else, I think somebody's listening, somebody's watching, or they know that if he did it, maybe I can do it. And we try to explain to him, like, hey, he was the real deal, right? He's top 10 all time, I think number 6 or 7 all time, leading rusher in North Carolina, but number 1 here at Cary High School. So I like when he's around because they're seeing someone that's done it, right? They're seeing someone that has been there at the school, walked the same halls, the same field, the same track. Cary hasn't changed, right? The oldest public high school in North Carolina. And with our land, nothing really has changed. There's like 1 new building. So to tell a kid, like, I've worn that jersey, or I've walked down those halls, or I've came down to this parking lot, or this field house is here, and my locker is right there, someone's listening.
And you play at the highest levels, but there's nothing like high school football. What makes that experience so much different?
As you get to the next level, it becomes more of a job. I remember when I first got recruited by Wake Forest, the head recruiter there, he said, now, young man, that you have signed this agreement, you have become an employee of the state. So I knew at that point it was not longer fun anymore, it was more business. So in high school, it was just, hanging out with your teammates, and just doing what you do love best, and that's playing football.
And what does it mean to you to be the top rusher in the school history?
I think it's a great thing. It came from, a lot of hard work, a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of support from my community. It's numerous people that helped me get to where I am today, from my teammates, my administrative staff during that time, and some other local community members that really backed me when, things wasn't necessarily going my way. I got hurt in my sophomore year. That took a toll on me mentally, physically. Academically, I struggled a little bit. So, teachers, peers, coaches, everyone kind of chipped in and said, hey, Josh, let's help you get back on track. We're there for you. So, I give my praises to the community.
You and I have talked, offline just about how positive you are and how you're so uplifting to the players, to opponents, to everybody. And, I think that's a big influence on people, and people see that light. How does it feel for you when you can impact players and you see Josh coming back or other guys coming back, and that, they feel proud of the program?
Yes. Well, the funniest thing is that sometimes you don't take a moment to think about those things. And when you do, that's when it affects me. Even this past weekend, seeing all those guys back, I think you talked to several guys. But when Josh was back, when, former players that played 3 years ago or 4 years ago, when they're back, it does, impact me as well, but it makes some things obviously positive in my life when I've seen those kids say, "Thank you, coach. I won't be here without you." Give them that positivity as far as don't say you can't. You can. It's a little bit of work.
I think Coach, himself has a great background in terms of building the team unity, developing a player, not only just from a player perspective, but into a young professional, young future professional. And so, he said, "Hey, you're part of the family, man. I need you to come back. I need you to talk to these guys, get them motivated, instill in them the rich tradition that, we all know about, and that's in pride."
And I know that you have a day in your name, Josh Adams Day. What does it feel like for you to have that honor and for so many people to recognize what you're able to accomplish and have a day named after yourself?
It's a blessing. That's not something you hear every day. So to be able to have my own day in Cary, January 8th, 2008, I was given a proclamation by the town of Cary for the accolades that I've accomplished, not only through high school, but in college, becoming the ACC Rookie of the Year. So those accolades enabled me to receive my own day in which, we've been able to give back to the community in numerous ways through nonprofit organization, enabling the kids to get the experience and learn from, other veterans in other areas of the sports industry, not only just football in itself. So I've taken a day, not only made it about me, but I've made it about my community, most importantly.
Yeah, and for any players out there that, are on the team now that want to play at the college level, what advice would you give them?
I would say definitely stand in their books, right? You cannot be an athlete without being a student first. So number one priority is grades. Become a student in the classroom and then become a student on the field. And make sure that you always watch who you hang around with.
Let's go back to when you were playing. What's that one game that you just really outperformed everybody, blew up on the scene, and kind of encapsulates your career?
Yeah. So I can remember, I think it was the 2003 season. We were playing Garner at Garner. I was out wide, I was flanked out wide. I caught a pass. I hyperextended my knee. Next season I came back. I was leading the state in rushing, like 1,500 yards. I got injured during the Green Hope game. I was out for the rest of the season. Come back the following year, did pretty well in rushing, and then we played Garner. We played Garner in the preseason, and they tried to knock us out. But I had played Garner my entire career coming up through Pop Warner, so Garner was nothing to me. And we beat them during the preseason, and so they was going to match us up during the first round in the playoffs. And we came back. I had 3 touchdowns, 293 yards, and we ended up beating Garner in overtime for the second time in the single season. So.
Well, that's a great one.
Yeah.
I'd remember that one too.
Yeah, that was great.
Watching his old film and knowing about his career, I'd imagine if you were coaching him now, you probably wouldn't throw the ball much. You'd probably give him the ball.
Yeah, give him the ball. Give him the ball.
What do you think you would call for him, and how would you highlight him in the game plan?
Hey, the way he plays, he'll be getting the ball more. And if I put him on our team with our guys now, he'll probably be the number one running back. But we'll get the ball to him a lot. And work him outside, and at the same time still he was tough, even though he wasn't the biggest guy that he would run downhill as well.
And you're the class of '06. Now, all of these years later, when you're going through it and playing, it goes by so fast, and you feel like you know everything, but you really don't. And now looking back on it, how do you wrap up your career, and how has it helped you in shaping you as a man and in your career now?
Yeah, I think at first it was challenging getting over the hump. Hey, it's no more sports for you, so I had to tie my cleats up and throw them on the power line. But to be able to look back at some of my accolades and achievements and some of the relationships that I've built over time is priceless. I have a lot of memory collages and various videos that I've watched that kind of keep things in the front of my mind, so it feels like I'm still that same old Josh Adams wearing 23 running around Cary.
And when you come back to the games, if he ever needs you, do you think you could still give him 100 yards, or how are we feeling?
Oh yeah, I can put up some yards now.
He can call you out of the stands?
Oh, yeah.
No pulled hamstrings? That's the only thing I worry about is the pulled muscles.
Oh no, they say you stay ready so you don't have to get ready.
Well, you might go for 200, but thank you for your time and continued success in life, and you have a beautiful family.
Thank you, Jay. Appreciate this time today. Thank you.